the name of this session is learning MS PowerPoint, the intermediate features of a PowerPoint. While when I am sharing information from the slide deck, you can always ask me questions by either putting them in the chat or briefly unmuting yourself and asking me to anything that you wish to know. So with that, the objectives of this session, this is the intermediate level. So we will be exploring how to customize a slide background. And what is a background and how we can customize it. Also, we will explore how to manage slide transitions and animation. A very good feature that is there in the PowerPoint, which enhances the quality of the presentation as such. And besides that, we can insert audio files also. In case we wish to insert audio files, how we can insert audio files in a presentation. Besides that, if you hope to learn anything else, please put that in the chat box, and I will read that out and give you an answer within this session. Now, just a little bit of knowledge check. Answers could come in yes or no, because that would help me in the flow of the session, as well as what I normally do is I invite individuals to share their experiences also. Now, within PowerPoint, there is a very good feature of animation. Okay. As a matter of fact, animation PowerPoint was one of the first softwares which permitted animation. After that, a whole lot of multimedia softwares came in. But PowerPoint as such is the lead for creating those animations. So any individuals who have tried animation, I can put their answer as a yes, or even if you have not, you can put that as a no. It will help me, And okay. Thanks, Sandra. Thanks for your message. I really appreciate that. And giving a response to your thing that see, when we use animation, we use it in context with the delivery. Okay, and within animation, we can regulate a lot of things. Okay. In the sense, we can regulate the speed, we can regulate the sound, we can regulate the movement. Okay. So if any animation is, you could call it haphazard or lopsided, that, individuals could find it as a distraction. But if it is made in a very gradual way, just like slide transitions, if they are done in a gradual way, and it's like a curtain raiser that something comes over, and then it is great. It's a great feature. So I get your point, and we will explore specifically from where we can control the animation. Okay, from where we can control the animation. Thank you, Sandra, for that input. Really appreciate that. Okay. So now, just sharing a little bit of information about themes and background. One of the things by default, its PowerPoint is set at Office theme. Okay, and the Office theme is white in color. Okay, but it can be customized. The good thing is that it can be customized. There are predefined combination of colors, fonts, and effects. Okay, and within these, within a PowerPoint, there is a range of built-in themes, okay, which we can choose from, or we can create also from absolute nil, or zero or zilch, as we call that. What it does is it helps us because it saves a lot of formatting time. Okay, we just take that, the inbuilt theme, and we continue building our presentation on that. Now, the background styles in each theme can further be customized. Okay, we will also explore that, how we can do that here in this session. Next, coming over, another aspect that we will be covering is transition and animations. Okay. Transition and animations, first thing, what are they? When we are looking at animation, it is basically figures manipulated to move, appear as moving images. Okay. It is just one command. We don't have to give many commands or anything of that sort. It is just one command and they appear to move. Okay. As a matter of fact, not appear to move, they move, that's what it does. This could be anything. It could be text, it could be pictures, any kind of charts that we have inserted, smart art graphics, shapes, or even movies. Okay. We could animate anything that we insert on a slide. Then coming over to transition. Both these things, they seem a little similar, but they have different effects there. Animation is more on objects. Okay. Objects in the sense that be it a text, picture, charts, or any of the graphics. Within transition, what happens? It is a visual effect that occurs in between two slides. Okay. Like normally at the click of the mouse or when we are presenting through a slide presenter, what happens when we click on that? The next slide comes, and it just moves in place of the previous one. Here there is a certain visual effect that is applied, and the the slide, it comes in a very different way. Okay. So that is what is a transition. And transition, or in transition also, the speed, we can apply sound to that, and the look can be customized. Okay. Transition is the movement in between slides, whereas animation is something which is there on the slide. Okay. Not to be, very closely related to each other, but different features altogether. Now, audio files. Okay, we can insert audio files also in PowerPoint. Audio files are both, one is recorded. Secondly, we can give a commentary also. We can record our message and place that file onto a PowerPoint presentation. What it does is, at times these are a host of options, a host of things that it may do depending on the kind of presentation we are making. There is no doubt it enhances the quality of the presentation, because any audio, there are presentations in which we present original audio. Okay, the original audio recorded at that moment. So any great speech or any great, any of those lines said by famous individuals, if our presentation requires that, we can present it directly, from the slide, rather than, presenting it from another software. Besides that, what it does is, like to say, any audio is much easier to understand, and if it is an original audio, it catches the audience's attention immediately. Okay. We can engage in a better way with the audience also, and it evokes emotional responses, because it touches, any words which are said definitely touch the audience there. And it emphasizes what's on the slide. It adds value. It goes a further step beyond that. And if there are visuals to match that, just offhand, if there is some presentation where we are using, say, sea waves, okay, waves in the ocean, and if there is an audio to match that, Okay, it adds depth to the visual also in understanding what is there on the slide. Here, I will stop share screen and I will start sharing screen from my PowerPoint, PowerPoint software, which is installed on my system. And I use PowerPoint 2019. Not to worry about that. These features are there in even the previous, options, previous versions of PowerPoint. So allow me to just open up a slide and start sharing my screen again. Okay, just give me a moment while I share my screen. And here I go into the option, yes. Now, this, of course, I have opened up the PowerPoint software. And from here, I just open up a new file. Okay. Clicking on a new file. Now, these are, some of the templates and themes that are there. Okay. If we are designing any kind of a presentation, we can pick on any of these. Okay. The good thing about them is one of the major things that happens, if we click on, say, any of this, say, if I click on this template, and if it once it downloads, once I open it, it will already have this format. Okay. Now, as you can see, the format is already there. And if we are if the theme of our presentation is something like this, we can customize it. Everything is customizable. Like, for example, the title, wherever it says, this, if I just place my cursor there and I come over and say, a demo of templates. And then, I didn't have to insert the box there or do anything of that sort. Okay. Similarly, moving over to the next, and now all this is already there. So if we have to make any kind of presentation, which is of this kind of format, we can simply use this. And as we kind of, as I go into, inserting slides, if I insert a slide here within this presentation, it will take, the first one was the title slide, the second one, blank, black background, it will take that. So it's not that every time we have to kind of format it. Okay. So it saves a lot of formatting time. Now, this was, just going into templates, which are there pre-built. Now, going into, what I will now be doing, I will open up a blank presentation, absolutely white. I hope you can see, this blank slide that is there, which reads, click to add a title. Okay. Now, from here, what we will be doing first and foremost is kind of changing the, the background. Okay. Various ways of changing the background. I can just let me insert a couple of slides there, and we will see in how many ways we can change the background. Okay. I have 5 slides here. Let me save the file also so that we don't lose any information when if for any reason if for any reason the computer shuts down on its own. So just let me, basics demo. This PC desktop save. Okay. Yes. And now from on the slide itself, if I go over, there are various ways by which we can change the background. Okay. Placing my cursor on the side, okay, I just do on the side this what on on the thumbnails that are here. I just do a right click with the mouse, and this drop down comes over, and from here There, within this, there are, a couple of sections. First
Sir,
section, yes.
sir, it is not visible. The drop down and everything.
Not visible.
No,
Okay.
sir. Might be due to network, it was.
No.
Sure, it is.
Is the slide visible, Agam?
Ah, sir, now it's visible. First, it was
Okay.
with the black background one.
Okay. Sorry about that. I didn't change sorry about that. My apologies. Okay. So on this, in the sites itself, these smaller thumbnails as they appear. If I do a right click, okay. If I do a right click, I get a pop down, and from there are four sections. First one is all copy cut paste. Second is duplicating. The third one, okay, is about the layout, and the last option there is a format background. Okay, we click on that, and as you can see on the sides, another kind of a side thing opens up. From here, what there are options: solid fill, gradient fill, picture fill or text fill, pattern fill, and hide. Although these are radio buttons, so we select what we want. Now, if I go over into solid fill, the first option, you'll see that there is nothing. I mean, it's still by default it's a white background, but below down, it says color, and there's a drop down. From this drop down, I can choose any color. Whichever color I choose, it gets applied. It will get applied to, the first slide on which I am working. And if I like this, if I hit, in that same window, if I hit apply to all, okay, it will be applied to all the slides that are there. Okay. A very simple way of changing the color. Okay. Second option, now from here also, we have the option of transparency. Okay. Transparency means as to how light or dark we want to make it. Okay. And there is a slider. So if I like this blue color, but I want it slightly lighter, all that I need to do is move the slider a bit, or there are numbers. If we are good at that, we can change the numbers, the percentage. And once done, I can apply to all, and it will be applied to all. Similarly, there is a gradient fill. We can choose gradients also. Okay. As we move ahead, the solid colors is the easiest. Okay. As we move ahead, but then there are not too many options there. As we move ahead, we get other options also. Okay. Now, for example, in a gradient, when we do the preset gradients, the first drop down there, okay, is the colors. Which particular color are we looking for? Let me see. I choose this, this green. Next that we get there is again the directions of the gradient. Okay, type. Whether we want, whether we want a rectangular. If we make it rectangular, you see, everything changes here. Okay. And if I make it a path, it will become something like this. Okay. So then, from here, okay, let's keep it at linear. We get the option of direction also. Okay, as to which should be the lighter area, which should be the darker area. As we move ahead, we can, change it. And with the slider, we can move the areas. Okay, if I want more of the white, I just slide it. And if I want more of the green, I slide the green one more. Okay. So we get more options in gradients. Okay. Similarly, color and brightness is also there. We can manage that also. The next option that is there is picture or texture fill. Okay. When we click on this, we get texture. We get the texture, and at the same time, we can, this picture, this texture. There are certain textures which are inbuilt. When we come to texture, there's a drop down, and from this, there are a host of options that we can choose from. Let's say I choose this. Okay. Now this is a texture. Okay. And similarly, we can increase or decrease its transparency, in the sense make it lighter or darker, and offset. These are again higher adjustments that we do to see these grains and all that are in there. Okay. Besides that, besides this, within the texture fill, we also have the option of inserting a picture as a background. Come over to insert picture here, and we can check, for pictures from file, if it is on the system. If online pictures, if I go on to online pictures, it will, there are certain pictures which are there within the gallery. Okay. And say I want to make a presentation on and it's there are a lot of options, categories that are here. Say for example, beach. Okay. I want to put something on the regarding a beach on one of these slides. Okay. I want to put a nice looking thing there, and I insert it. Okay. Once I insert it, here you see the picture is inserted. Okay. And once the picture is inserted, again we can set the the transparency of this picture. I want to make it light, still lighter, or just give it a tinge. So these are ways by which we enhance the quality of the slide. When using pictures, one of the things, especially when using pictures, colors, or any background, please always have an eye on the color of the font, because that plays a very important part. We use, say for example, if we are using any kind of a darkish background, then please use appropriate fonts. Okay. Or if it's a light background, the other way around. Now, after the picture, after the picture or texture fill, we have the option of let me go to the next slide. We have the option of pattern fill. Okay. Pattern fill is, again, there are certain patterns that are there, inbuilt patterns. We can use them. Okay. Any kind of a pattern that we wish, we can use them. Okay. Pattern fill is into two sections. One is the foreground, second is the background. Okay. When we see on the foreground, the main color that is there, we can change these colors. We can customize this. Now, I don't like this blue. I want something, say, slightly on the yellowish shade. I click on this, it becomes yellow. Okay. Similarly, there is a background also. Now, this was the foreground. There is a background also. I drop this down, and I am looking for something like this. Right? It changes the whole look as such. So it's all creativity. Here, I would definitely say we are looking at creativity. Various ways by which we can, change the background. The other things, that we can do. Okay, questions, if any, or if you feel that at any time I am going a bit fast, you can please unmute yourself and ask me to redo the, redo the things there. Okay. So now moving ahead, this was just filling the background. Now coming over to yes, Cora, you want to. I think you got to set your audio right, Cora.
Try to just rejoin again. Otherwise, if you're using the headphones, remove the earphones and
You're assisting her, Agam?
no, sir, she is on unmute. I think she hasn't connected. The audio must be not properly connected, the Bluetooth device or the headphones.
Okay, there is something in the chat. Okay, okay, Cora, I will do that again. Not to worry. Okay. When the online insert, okay, that's what you missed. So coming back, this is a slide, and from here, we go into the picture or texture fill. Okay, and from the picture or texture fill, let me, from the picture or texture fill, I go into the picture source. Okay. Go into insert, and when I click on insert, I get this window. One is from a file if there is something that is there on the system. If not, there are online pictures. Right? Click on online pictures, and it will take you to a gallery. The gallery has various categories. Right? And from this, from this, say for example, if we are doing something related to cooking, okay, we need vegetables. We need pictures of vegetables there at the background. So we see all this, we see all these vegetables that are there. And from this, I like this platter. So click on that platter, and below the insert gets activated. We click on insert, and once we click on insert, since the cursor was there on the box, in the box, it got inserted there within the box. I can, now the whole picture, I have increased the size, it is there. Okay. So that's how you insert, from there. Now, I hope this is clear, Cora. Just your message would be great. Confirmation, it would help me. Okay. So now, moving ahead next, is say I have this background here. Okay. And from this background, on this background itself, what I can do is I can go into, when I'm onto the slides, I can go into designs also. Okay. If you see here in the design tab that is there, the fourth one, I click on design, and these are a host of options that come up there. These are all inbuilt. Okay. And from here, if I choose the first one, if I choose the second one, the third one, any of these that I choose, they will come up here. Okay. And it's not only that, when this we choose from the designs also, we get those same options on the sides. We get the same options on the side. So, for example, if I were to choose something like this, and I want, I don't want the white portion there, I go into the gradient fill, and from the gradient fill, you see, I choose some colors there into, and I want something which is like this. It comes over. Yes, we can do that, Geetaji. We can. We can do that. You have to apply it per slide there. Okay. So this design feature also that is there, from the design element, we can pick on these designs. And like I said, the first thing that it does is it saves formatting time. Otherwise, we would have had to make all these, these greens and so on and so forth, and try and work on them. So, and besides that, it's not that they cannot be customized. The whole thing is that they can be customized. Whichever one we choose, we can customize that. Okay. So, and we can use multiple, but then of course it's advised generally not to use multiple backgrounds in a slide. Okay. Just stick to a theme and try a new, something which works with the entire, with all the slides that are there. Now, coming over into the one of the things the next option that we need to see, one of the options that we need to see here is, animation. Okay. Now, in order to get into animation, what we do first is we need an image, or we need a text box or some text, something. Okay. Take, for example, I will delete this box, this text box here on this slide, and I will just write here. Okay. I will insert. Okay. I will insert a text box, and from the text box, I will write here, hello all. Hello, everybody. Sorry. Make it a bit bolder in one of those bold fonts. Sorry, make it into one of those bolder fonts for visibility, and increase its size. Okay, and change its color so that it is visible. Okay. Now, this box is there. Okay. It could be a box, it could be an image, it could be anything. And after, now the second, what I will do again, I will insert, an image. I will insert a picture, online picture. Let me see, and get into, say, a dance form. And let me insert that. Okay, it will download and it will insert. I'll reduce the size and bring it up here. I have two, what you call it, two objects. Sorry about that. Okay. I have two objects here. One is the text that I have written, and secondly is the picture that I have inserted. Okay. I want to animate these. Now, when I need to animate, the first thing is to select that object, or that, when that object, if it's text, it has to be in a text box. So we select that text box and go into animations. Animations is the first, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth tab. Within the animations tab, we have a whole lot of options that are there. Okay. And when we do a drop down, we get more. From these, there are various options that are there. There are categories that are there, as to how we want things to appear. Okay. The entrance, emphasis, exit means the motion. Okay. Like, for example, if you if I want something to appear or to come onto the slide, and how should it appear? This is the entrance. Okay. Then the emphasis. Emphasis is, sometimes we have to lay stress on something. So how do we lay stress on it? using, that is emphasis. Exit is, there are times when on one slide, what normally we do is there are two things there. We have to discuss on both the things. So one animation comes in and it stays there. Okay. After it stays, we've discussed that it has to move out before the second one comes in. That is exit. So how does it exit? And then besides that, there are motion paths also. It's not only just entry straight line, we can choose different kinds of paths also. Let's start with the basic one. Let's go into appear. Okay. I have posted this hello everybody as appear. Okay. When we do the when we do something, when we apply animation, we have the option of going into preview. The first option that is there is preview. If I click on that, it will, if I click on that, I can see as to how it appears. After this, after these animations, there are effect options, okay, which if we have, if we have multiple options, if we have multiple lines, we can choose them to appear as one, all at one, or by paragraph. Next to that, okay, the last one that is there is how does it start? It starts, whether it starts on click or whether it starts with the previous or after the previous. That means the sequence. We can choose the sequence also from here. So for the time being, I will place it on click. Then the duration of the animation. For how long should it play? Let's set it, at 50.50. Okay. Then, after that, there is an option that if there are two, if you're using multiple animations, what would be the delay in between two animations? Okay. There is a delay here also. We can set that also from here. Okay. And when when we if I do a preview now, okay, you see the slide is there. It's that same slide. Okay. Let me go to the previous one, and from the previous one I come to the second. Okay. There is from the second, third. If I come up here, it's visible. As I go into the slideshow mode, or I see the preview, you'll see it will appear after some time. Okay. And if I increase the time, it will take that much longer. Let me make it to, now you see, since it's on the click, you cannot see it. I will click and it comes. It will stay, it will come at that time when I click on it. Okay. So this as such is the basic animation there. We can change its outlook. Okay. Outlook in the sense, if I want it to fly in, okay, I choose fly in. Okay. Then it will come onto the slide by flying in from below. Okay. Coming back into the animation there. And if I click, it will come from top, from the base. It will. When using multiple animations, again, I would say if you're using 3 or 4 of them, if it is a one, it should be unidirectional. It's not that one comes from below, the second one comes from the left. Now, for example, I will just copy this again. Okay. Control C, and I do a Control V. paste it there. I have two of them. Okay. The second one, if I make it, okay, if I make it say instead of fly in, if I make it random bars, okay, if I make it random bars, and then I go into the presentation mode. If I present it, okay, if I click once, this is fine. If I click second one, now it comes up like this. Doesn't give a very good kind of an impression. Okay. So when animating, because we are trying to convince somebody of something, okay, or on a point. So if there is animation, it should be uniform. Okay. Now, in the same way, okay, if now this, if I copy it again, okay, and now even this, the first one, hello everybody. I have added one animation as fly in, and then after that, I wanted to fly out. I wanted to fly out if this is there. If this is still there, I wanted to fly out. Go in again, apply that, hit the option, and as I do, it will come down. It will fly out. That is what the exit does. We can make it come, and we can add them in a sequence also. For example, I have just added one animation to this. And at the same time, if I want it to if I want to add that it comes in, and after that it needs to go out also. Okay. Then what we do from here, okay, we add the animations, okay, and add animations, and from add animations, we add it to this, the second animation that is there. I click on this. Okay, it is already there, and it moves. It comes up again. Okay. So there are various ways by which we add animations. Okay. And at the same time, now the same thing, I just make it as none. Another thing that we can do, this is random that was there, emphasis and all. We also have motion paths. Motion paths, if I choose a motion paths, as we can see, let me move this second one out and move this there. Okay. Now I have added motion paths to the first business. Right? What happens is that this arrow kind of comes up. I can move this arrow. Okay. As I can move this, right? And when we play on it, when we present, right? I do a click, it will come up there and stay there. Now, this motion path, again, there are many motion paths that can be, used. Okay. In the sense that I come over, select this box, do a check, and from here, if we want to, make it into a custom path, let me first remove the first one. And if I use the custom paths, I just placed it there. Again, go into presentation, into the full screen mode. And if I do, it will come up like this. Right? Presentation, animation at any time needs to be slow. If you make it too fast, again, it does not serve the purpose. Okay. So, and at the same time, when we are using animations, we also have to see to it that we are delivering also. We are also speaking. So it has to be in line with what we are speaking. It should not be that the animation goes off before and we are still on a different point as such. Okay. So now this was, and like I said, from whenever we select, okay, this particular picture. Okay. Now, for example, I am going on to the next picture here, and in this picture, let's kind of choose a loop. Okay, and this loop is there. Okay. It takes on this loop. If I make it bigger, and go into the presentation mode, it will, sorry about that, I didn't apply it. Just let me set it right. Yes, should work now. Now this is a loop. Going back again. Now there are two things to the two effects added here. First one is this. I will remove this effect. Okay. Let me go over into none there. And now if I go over into now this as such is a loop. Okay. And once we do that, if we can also control the number of times that it plays, okay, we can also control that. Now, the other thing that we had to discuss was slide transitions. Okay. This was about animation. Now, we have 5 slides here in this presentation. Coming over, choose the first one, going into transitions. Okay. And if we see here, it says none, right? Morphing is another way of animation. That is, we break a picture into multiple. Not into morphing. We are going into the options that are there for transition. There are there's a whole lot that is there. Okay. And from here, we can choose which ones we want. Okay. If I choose, say, push on this, second one, I choose wipe. Third one, I choose split. Fourth one, I choose reveal. Fifth one, as cut. Okay. And there is sounds also here. If I work on sounds and I want, say, drum rolls. Okay. Duration, let's keep it as 25 and apply to all. Okay. I come over, go into the presentation. Okay. And okay, can you see the sound that was there? Did you hear the sound? I added sound also.
No, sir, the sound is not audible.
Agam, can you hear the sound or not?
No. Did you share the sound from the Zoom also?
Yeah, that meeting controls.
Sir, by sound, do you mean music?
Yes.
Okay.
I get to share screen, share sound. Is it
Audible, sir.
okay? Now I just added music. Okay. Okay. So with each of with each of the slides, even in the transition, first thing we added music. Okay. Next to that, if I apply, okay, the fade option, and I want it, I want that transition to be there for this slide. I apply the the fade option, and let me check on a preview. You see, okay. Let me do the push here, and there's nothing there. Now this is slide transition. I didn't do anything. From the first, it moved to the second one. You see, the third one came from the side. The fourth one came abruptly. This is slide transition. And with these ways, in this way, in this method. Now these are transitions, slides coming in from different ways, entering into the entering on the screen in a different way. This is transition, and we can apply any of the transitions that are there. If I come up here, apply a shape, this is how it will come. If I come up here and apply this, this is how it comes up. Within the options, any of the transition, whichever direction we want it. Okay. From top, if I click on, say, from top, and do a preview, it will come from top. Okay. If I want to do it from the bottom, okay, I select from bottom, and you see it will come up from the bottom there. So even these transitions, we can, we use that. We can opt for these, and the effects as to from where, which direction they come on. Okay. The other thing that is there in in the slides is inserting audio. Okay. Again, going into the third tab, insert, and from the insert, the last okay, thanks. Okay. So from here, within the insert tab, we have a host of groups there, slides, tables, images, illustrations, add-ins, links, comments, text, symbols, and then media. From the media, we select, the audio. Okay. Audio can be on my PC, or we can record. If I say audio on my PC, and it takes me, okay, I have a song here, let's use that. I insert, the audio file, and the audio file is there. I insert it. Okay. And you can see the small speaker kind of a thing appears here. Okay. The one that I'm moving with my cursor. Okay. And, this audio is there. If I play it, okay. If I play it, can you hear? Now this is an audio file. Okay, this is an audio file, and we can play it. Okay, let me go into full screen, and Now this audio is there. We are talking about it. Okay. We are talking about it that, we did this, that. You just click on this, and when you click, when you get to the control, when you click on this, it will start playing. Okay. That's all. So we can insert audio, and this audio can also comprehend the slide that is there, the content of the slide that is there. Besides that, what we can do is we can insert our own voice also. Same place, insert instead in the audio. When we come up here, record audio. We click on this, and this recorder comes up. I say recorded sound, yes, and name, audio, recorder. Okay, and I just start playing. I just start that. Okay, and once we start, okay, it will record. Okay, this red button that is there. We click on that, and it has started recording. Okay. The seconds, it shows up the seconds that is there, and this say it is now 15 seconds, 13, 14, 15. Stop. Okay, this file is there. Okay. And let's go into presentation. Okay. And this file is there. We are talking about everything. Just click on this, and it has started recording. Okay, the seconds, it shows up the seconds that is there, and this say it is now 15 seconds, 13, 14, 15. Okay. So this is how we record audio, and at the same time we can during the presentation we can play it also. Just the speaker box that is there, I just click on that. The speaker box is the only thing that is visible, and we just need to click on that, and the audio starts playing there. Okay. Any questions on what I have shared? Sandra?
Everything is really clear so far. Thank you. You did a lot of work on this presentation.
Welcome.
Sir, when you're explaining, it sounds rather easy, but the test of the metal is when we actually sit down to do it.
No, it's very easy, Geeta ji. Once you try it out, you can come back to me on any of the sessions, and if there is any challenge, I will remove that. That has always been our endeavor, supporting lifelong learning.
Thank you, sir. We'll try.
Welcome.
I'll try it.
Sure. Okay, any questions from anybody? I'm sorry I've taken up 2 minutes more of your time, but if there are any questions, I can still answer.
Rajuji, how do you come to that, the presentation mode?
Courage, if you're seeing my screen,
Right.
this on the right hand side.
The slide.
Yes, on the right hand side of where there is a, where the percentage is,
Yes, it's
by the side of that is something
the
like a
slideshow.
screen.
Yeah.
Yes, we click on that.
Click on that. Okay, just want to confirm on that. Okay, thank you.
Sure. Okay. Thanks, Nancy. Really appreciate your thoughts. I'm really humbled by that, and we all make an endeavor to make things easy to understand. Okay, so before I log off, just the last 3 slides which I share. Just to give me a moment while I get to those slides, and then Yes. Okay. So during the session, what we did was how various ways by which we can customize the slide background. Okay. How to add slide transitions and animation. Try it out. Just try it out for fun, and it's fun. I'm telling you, it's fun. And how to insert audio files in a presentation. Okay, audio both recorded as well as self audio. And I will. Okay, I'll take that up, Nancy, at a suitable time. Thank you. And again, thanking you all very much for your valuable time.